We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Coming up, we've got an ultra-important divisional round matchup in the NFC, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Dallas Cowboys. One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. Under center, it's the 2017 Heisman Trophy winners. You get a look at Baker Mayfield.
All in all, he was pretty solid in the victory in the wild card round and threw a couple of touchdowns. And when it comes to quarterback play, you'd always love spectacular. But in the playoffs, you'll take solid. And that's exactly what they're looking for from him again in this contest.
They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. Baker going to give it to Irving. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. From the gun, Mayfield. And there's a short one taken in by Otten. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. Cavante Turpin deep for the Cowboys. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
For a guy still in his second year in the NFL, this is obviously a big spot for him to try and fill. Able to engineer the victory in the wild card round last weekend. That's got to give him confidence, and it's got to elevate the confidence of his teammates as well. But as he said after the win, things are only going to get tougher from there. He understands the situation he's in. He understands what's ahead of him in this one.
Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
When you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
Breece Hall, touchdown, Cowboys. Breece Hall, 58 yards. And the Cowboys are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Well, we knew they had the crowd on their side. Their defense has already made a stop, and now here's an opening drive touchdown.
Yeah, how about the defense making the stop, offense feeling their momentum that they've generated, and turning it into points on their side. So now you get a team working together, and you get the crowd involved fully on their side in this ballgame.
And in this playoff atmosphere, that 12th man means even more. The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession. See if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
If they open things up, let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Throwing, Mayfield. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Finding space at the 40. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Here's Tommy Townsend now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
Little power on the move that time, but still tackled shy of the 20. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 19-yard line.
Here's Hall again. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance, they're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain. Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34.
Come on, go, go.
They'll set up to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at 45. That's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. From the 43, here's a 2nd and 8. Now back to throw. Trying to set up a screen for Blue. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. 19, Dragon 60.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
This guy's proven himself to be one of the best in the NFL. He brings an added dimension to their offense with his ability to read defenses and know when he's able to pull it down and take off and go.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. No, they won't. Here comes the flag. We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
They're going to look to throw. Left side to Lamb. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 3rd and 9 here.
Yards on the play. It's now 3rd down and 9.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. This pass out wide to Hall. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal.
First down.
They'll try and sneak it here. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Cowboys have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
It's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up the touchdown.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Mayfield now. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10.
The Buccaneers 49-yard line.
Ready, go.
Paul will give up the middle. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll take us to the end of the first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go.
Hold the ready. Bronco switch. Bronco switch. Let go.
Straight ahead is Hall. And a nice run there. Going to take this close to the 1st down marker at the Bucs 40-yard line. 103 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this divisional round matchup.
Got it. Ready?
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
Ready? Cowboy. Ready?
They'll set up a throw. He'll try to pick it up himself. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand. And that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
19.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
First and 10.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Ready.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And his ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it first and 10. They'll start on the ground with Irvin. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
Mayfield looks to throw. Open man right side, Myers. And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
56 yards. First down, Buccaneers.
To throw, Mayfield. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Now a second and 10.
Incomplete. Coverage by Kevin Bullock.
Here's Mayfield. And he pulls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Jalen McMillan, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Bucs are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate. Nick Folk for the point after. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. So that drive for 4 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Second and 10.
It's now second and 10.
They'll look to throw here. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Looking to throw. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And this is incomplete. It looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And he couldn't get it to check off. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's caught by Myers. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. On 1st and 10, here's Irvin. And this play will be blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 38. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
38-yard line.
Mayfield to throw it. Over the middle, complete. It's Myers. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 34-yard line. 2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. Here's Myers again with another catch. Then he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a 1st and goal.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Cowboys' 2-yard line.
And again, it's Mayfield. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Cade Otton, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Bucs are back within a score. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
On for the extra point is Folk. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now.
Cowboys 21.
That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays. And Cade Otton capped things off with a touchdown grab. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Dallas offense set for this next drive. They've seen their 21-0 advantage cut to just 7, so time to go back to work here. 1st and 10.
Tag! 19. Ready.
He'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on the screen there at 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Go 80. No.
Here's a give to Hall. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Able to hit his target Lamb. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Call it a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. One more drive here for the Buccaneer offense in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Here's 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Mayfield. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Final play of the half, Mayfield. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. So halftime straight ahead. Well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think the key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the running a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
A handoff for Hall. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Ferguson. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Back to throw here. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jamari Flash, 41 yards. And the Cowboys come right out of the locker room and score here the opening minute of the third quarter. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback. And they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. And now Mayfield on the bootleg. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him. But I think the ball's out. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. 2nd and short now following the fumble.
Retains possession.
Throwing, Mayfield. That's complete into the hands of Myers. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
Brings up 2nd and 12. At the 44-yard line.
Godwin, the motion man. On 2nd and 12, Mayfield looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Myers. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 39. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Mayfield down. Martin brings it in over the middle. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 17-yard line.
Buccaneers, first down.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. He finds his man, complete. It's Morales. This will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Throwing again on second down. Mayfield. A heavy rush, and down he goes. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield.
Ball tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course. This season, this defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here, they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, they had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
John Parker Rolo to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. On the ground, it's Irving to start the drive. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. Here's a 2nd and 8.
On the pickup, it's 2nd and 8 at the 37-yard line.
Mayfield looks to throw. He'll find McMillan here. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. In motion, the tight end. To throw, Mayfield.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is taken at the 18. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
2nd and 15. He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
The hitter here, it's complete. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
2nd and a couple.
2nd and 2 at the Bucs 45-yard line.
Come on, set. 70 Lions. Ready, run.
Running left, it's Hall.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Ready. Panther 60. Panther 60.
They'll run with Hall. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. A beautiful spin and room to run. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Cougar 19, Buffalo 18.
They'll drop to throw. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. A great play there with his second touchdown of the night. And the Cowboys get another third-quarter
touchdown to add on to that lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Mayfield on play action.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Intercepted. The Cowboys take over 1st and 10.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Now Hall to start the drive.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
2nd and 1.
This pass out wide to Hall.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Come on, set. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard. At the Buccaneers.
2nd down and a yard. Now Hall. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
On the ready.
And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Ready.
Hall again.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
178 yards rushing for him now in the ball game as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend.
This is Hall. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
And his ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas.
A great effort there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
And the Cowboys are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead.
And right now, Charles, I think you'd have to say their class starting to show through.
Yeah, they were disappointed not to get the #1 seed in the playoffs, but the reality is these guys can play anywhere. It doesn't matter for them.
And if they can indeed hold on to this lead, that's going to set up one heck of a championship game next Sunday.
Let's come back and watch it, shall we?
Something tells me you and I are going to be there. Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10
at their own 26. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 25-yard line.
throw it. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Myers in motion right. Now Mayfield. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Here's Mayfield. His throw incomplete. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Mayfield. And he will go down. The Cowboys sack. Nakobe Dean. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. The Bucs on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. From the gun, Mayfield. That is caught. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Down inside the 40. Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. Looking to throw. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Here comes 3rd and about a foot.
No gain on the play. It's now 3rd and less than a yard.
They'll try to run forward blue. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
And the Cowboys first down.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And the Bucs are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They knew this would be tough on the road divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this 4th quarter. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. They begin with a carry for Blue. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to